Hello, lovely people. Today's studio diary is short, sweet, and super exciting. Perfect for anyone that needs a quick, satisfying project. Because I'm showing you how to make gorgeous single stone stud earrings using just two kinds of pliers, flat nose pliers and round nose pliers. And don't forget the wire cutters. I invented this method years ago to avoid soldering altogether. Back then, I did not have the skill to solder, but I desperately wanted to craft one stone stud that for me it's like the most classic earrings. And after some serious brainstorming and a lot of trial and error, I landed on the design I love. And guess what? My customer loved it too. And for a while after the launch of the single stud earrings, and these becomes one of my best-selling earrings on Etsy. So today, I would like to share to you how to do it step by step. You may use this technique as a basic skill in order to develop your own style, or stay tuned until the end where I will give you the link to purchase the kit of this tutorial. Are you ready? Let's get started. For this pair, you need two of 20 gauge half hard wire. Cut them in 6 cm each and any stones in 6 mm diameter. For the wire wrap, I'm using 28 gauge wire, all in rose gold filled. They often comes in dead soft, so for this pair, I only need 20 cm. First step is to round the edges. If you can find a tool to round the edges, that is so cool. But if you are just a beginner, just use a nail file. That is the cheapest solution. Next, introducing you this round nose plier that has 5.5 millimeter diameters at its largest round. Okay, let's start the work. Pinch the end of the wire like this and start rounding all the way down to the circle. When you arrive at the other end, take the wire off the pliers and flip it. And continue making a coil into two stacks. I'm doing this so that the two coils will have exactly the same diameters. I have a tip for you. If you do not have this kind of round nose pliers, you can make the initial round at the beginning of the wire using any round nose pliers, and to continue using a piece of pencil or a chopstick or any kind of bamboo sticks to make two round coils. Next, using the flat nose plier, tuck the other edge towards the inside. It will look like a knot or a snail like this here on the video. Now take the round nose pliers and fold the extra wire halfway in between the circles. Like this. And mark 1 centimeter of the stick. This will be the stud of the earrings. Put the flat nose pliers on the mark and fold the wire perpendicular against the two circles. And that would be the stud. I'm doing a quick check here to see if the stone fits into the wire set. Yep. Alright, right now we want to wrap the 28 gauge wire into the earring setting. I'm preparing the wire. I'm going to cut 21 centimeter. It should be enough to wrap the two of this. Okay, the first step is I'm going to insert one edge of the 28 gauge wire from the outside to the inside of the top circle. And I'm going to make 2 to 3 loops around on the top circle. To make it, I'm using the flat nose pliers, and I also want to make sure that these 2 loops are quite tight. So while coiling it around the thicker wire, I am make sure that I'm pulling it a little bit using the flat nose pliers. Also, don't forget to tuck in the edge and make sure that it's in between the setting since it will itch if it's touching your skin. Alright, now we're going to thread in the bead or the stone or the crystal, whatever you want to use it with. I'm using ruby stone. This is actually a real order that I need to fulfill. I'm taking advantage of this order for making the video. On the other end, you're going to do exactly the same like the first end, which is make a loop from outside to inside. Make sure you pull it tight so the stone will not jiggle when it's set. If they are jiggling, it's okay too, but my point is that there should be a bit of a tension. So don't be hard on yourself. If it jiggles, it's alright. Just put a little bit of a tension here so that it stays better. Right now, I'm going to tuck the wire from outside to the inside and make just 1 loop of the first layer and continue to the second layer of the circle. Now this one you can make 2 to 3 loops and make sure that you pull tight every time, but don't do it too tightly since we don't want to break the wire. Okay, for the record, I'm making 2 loops and make sure that the wire is nicely wrapped for the aesthetic purposes, and I'm using flat nose pliers to do so. Okay, now I'm going to loop the rest of the wire to the stud. I think I already did that in the video. Sorry, I'm late. And go to the other end of the beads and make another loop. Just watch the video. It's better to understand. Just 1 loop on the second layer of the circle and thread in through the beads one more time. So this is going to be the second time of the 28 gauge wire to be threading by the 28 gauge wire, and this is the final wrap is to just thread in to the stud around 1 time. And I'm going to loop the rest of the wire onto the thinner wire that is linking that we did earlier 3 times. So this time we really make sure that it's really tight and it will not jiggle or moving around. And to finish, loop the rest onto the thin wire that we created earlier 3 times around and cut the wire. Just make sure that the loop is aligned with each other so that it looks pretty, and make sure that you tuck in also the leftover of the wire so it will not dig into the skin when these earrings are worn. Okay, that's it. I'm going to show you how the end look like. This is how it look like. Um, and I'm going to straightening up the stud a little bit, and don't worry about the marker. It can be erased with the alcohol or hydroalcoholic, or when you wash it with the soap it also will be gone. Make sure to stay until the end because I'm going to have a surprise for you regarding this stud earrings. Okay, that's it. Super simple. With a touch of magic, you get to make the stud earrings. If you love this project but do not have the material, I have created a kit that includes everything that you need in order to make this pair of stud earrings. You will have the variety of stunning stones to choose from, along with the option of the material, which is yellow goldfield, rose goldfield, and silver. And I'll even pre-round the edges and harden the wire for you. You're welcome. So you don't have to deal with any sharp or soft wires. Just remember, you need to have your own pliers ready though before you get started. So here comes the surprise for the first 10 purchases. You will get an additional pair in silver with the stone of your choice. So excited. So when you made a purchase, just send me a message on the Etsy confo of which stone do you want for your second pair. Before you leave, let me know in the comment below what stone would you use for your pair. If you ask for my choice, it's always been turquoise. It's my favorite. Okay, diary keepers, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more quick, stress-free jewelry making tutorial. If you want to deep dive into my solder-free obsession, check out last week's video for the full story. I will put the link on the screen if it's possible. If it's not, then it will be on the description below. Keep those pliers handy. Until next time, bye bye.